Hello students, welcome to YouTube channel Vidya for Success. Dear students, in this video, let us study the concept language translators. So what is a language translator? Let us say if we Indians, if we want to have a conversation with a French person, French nationalist or a French person, then is it possible for us to have a ordinary conversation? No. It is a difficult task because we will be understanding our common Indian language, but on the other hand, the French person is understanding his French language. So that's why here we need a common platform so that we can have a communication. So here comes a person called translator. He will be helping us to translate language from one version to another version, from one form to another form. Similarly, in computer also, we will be employing softwares called as language translators. So these language translators, they will be helping the computer to understand the programs, because usually the programs will be written in higher languages, or or else they can be written in assembly language. But the computer is having the ability to understand only zeros and ones. So that's why here plays a very important role of translators. So these translators will help the computer to understand, or it will help the computer to translate language from one form to the machine language, that is 0 and 1. So what is language translator? Language translators perform the translation of high level languages or assembly level language into a machine level language. Okay, so it is a software. Language translator is not a hardware. It is not hardware. It is a software which will be helping the user to translate a high level language, or it can be an assembly level language, into a machine level language. Now, while translating, we will be coming across two more terminologies called source program and object program. So what do you mean by a source program? So a program written in high level language is called as source program. Okay, so it is a source of the program. So maybe, for example, let us say that we have written program in C++, but the computer can't understand what is that C++ program. So what needs to be done? It needs to be translated into a machine program, that is 0 and 1. So here, program written in high level language, maybe assembly level or high level language, they are referred as source programs. After translation, after conversion, the source program will be converted into a machine language equivalent, that is 0 and 1. So the program which is in form of 0 and 1 are referred as object programs. Okay, so while studying the language translators, we need to study these two terminologies, source program and object program. So what is a source program? Program written in high level language is called a source program. And what is object program? Program which is in terms of zeros and 1, or else program after conversion using a translator is referred as an object program. Next, along with this language translation, converting from high level to machine level, the language translator will also be performing one more task. That is, in addition to that, they will look out for any types of errors, some types of error, not all. So in addition to language translation, they will be checking for some types of errors that may be present in the program at the time of translation. So during the time of translation, the translator might come across certain errors, maybe syntax errors, semantics errors. Okay, so if there are certain errors, then these errors will be notified to the user, and it will request the user to make certain proper corrections. So then only the translator will convert the source program to object program. Okay, so language translators check for some type of errors that may be present in the program being translated. Okay, so this is the thing with respect to language translators. Now let us understand, or let us study the different types of translator programs. So the different types of translator programs are, the first one is assembler, followed by compiler and interpreter. Each one will perform a different variety of job. Okay, all of them are translators, but they perform their task in different manner for different purpose. But all of them are softwares. They are not hardwares. Assembler, compiler and interpreter, all of them are softwares. They are not hardwares. So let us study each one of them in detail. So the first one is assembler. So assembler is a system software. So what do you mean by system software? So there are two types of software, system software and application software. So assembler is a system software, nothing but the software will be helping the user. No, sorry, no, it is not helping the user. Whom it is helping? It is will be helping the system. Okay, so system software is a software which will be helping the computer to perform its actual task. So similarly, assembler is one among them. So assembler is a software, system software. It helps to convert assembly level language to a machine level equivalent or machine level language. Why it needs to be converted? Because assembly level language will be having mnemonics, nothing but it will be having certain symbols, certain small words. So using these words we have written certain program, but the computer can't understand it. So that's why here we need an intermediary, here we need a translator which converts assembly level language to a machine level equivalent. So in this case we will be using assembler. Okay, assembler is a system software. Next, please notice here, I consider a diagram. Here the program will be in assembly level language, which will not be able for the computer to understand it. So it is a source program. Okay, program written in assembly level language is called as source program. Now using the assembler, the software, system software, we are trying to convert the assembly level language into a machine level language, that is 0 and 1. So code generated after compilation, after translation using assembler is called as the object program, object code, usually referred as object code. Okay, so what is the task of a software assembler? Assembler is a system software which translate assembly level language into a machine level equivalent. Okay, and another important thing, at the time of checking the translating, the assembler will also look out for any bugs or any errors. If there are any errors, it will notify the user to rectify them, and then we can the assembler can convert the assembly level language to machine level equivalent. Next software is compiler. So just like assembler, it is also a system software. It will be used to convert or translate high level language to machine level language. Okay, so what is a compiler? Compiler is a system software. It converts high level language, that is source code, will be converted to an object code, that is 0 and 1. So that is the actual task of the compiler. Next, let us consider the diagram here. As you can notice here, the program written in high level language is referred as source program. Source program will be converted to machine equivalent. So machine equivalent generated program is called as object program. So here we will be using a software called as compiler. Okay, so the process of compiling a high level language program to a machine equivalent is called as compilation. Okay, so what is compilation? Compilation is nothing but a process. It is a process of translation where we will be translating a high level language to equivalent machine level code. Next, while translating compiler, you need to keep it in mind. The compiler will consider entire lines of instructions at one. Let us say that we have written a program to find sum of two numbers in high level language using C++ or C program. So here the program may be having, let us say, 10 lines. So all these 10 lines of coding will be considered for compilation. Okay, so the compiler will consider all the lines of instruction in a program at once, and it will be converted to a machine equivalent code. And during compilation, that is during translation, the compiler will look out for errors. If there are any errors in the source code, then that error will be notified to the user. The user can make certain changes, rectification. Then you can convert that high level or source program to an object code. Okay, so this is how the compiler will perform its task. So the noticeable thing here is compiler translate high level language to machine level. Along with that, the compiler will consider entire source code at once. Okay, that is another important thing to be noted here. The next type of translator is interpreter. So again, it is also a system software. It converts high level language to machine level equivalent. that is, it converts source program to object code program. So this particular process is referred as interpretation, or else usually we refer it as using interpreter we will be converting high level to low level. Okay. Next, but the process of translation is quite different here. So how that is different here? As I told you, in compiler we will be considering the entire program at once. If the program is having 10 lines, all the 10 lines will be translated or converted from high level to machine level at once. But here in interpreter that doesn't happen. Here in interpreter, the interpreter will pick each line at once. Let us say there are 10 lines in a program, source code. So it will go with the first line. So if there are no errors in the first line, then that line will be converted to a object code. And next it will pick another second line of instruction. Next, similarly, after verifying if there are no errors, then it will be converted into an object code. Again, it will go for the third line of instruction. So here interpreter, it does not go with the entire code. It go with line by line instructions. So that's a major difference between interpreter and compiler. So what is an interpreter? Interpreter is a language processor that translates an instruction of high level language program and immediately executes by translating the next instruction of the source program. So why here we have referred it as immediately executes? The reason is compiler will consider entire line of instructions in a program. So it has to consider entire line of instructions, then it will need to convert them. So it takes a lot of time. But here the interpreter, since it will be going each line of instructions at once, it will the translation will take place at a faster rate. Okay, so that's why here we have coined the term immediate execution. Okay, immediately executes before translating to the next instruction. But another difference to be noted with compiler and interpreter is compiler, it does not require too much time, just like interpreter. But compiler will require little bit more RAM memory, primary memory. It requires a little bit more memory. The reason is the entire program needs to be, source program needs to be stored, and later it needs to be converted to object program. So you require little bit RAM memory. But here in interpreter, since each line of instructions will be executed at once, so you require little bit less memory. But we here at the time of interpretation, you need to consider both source program and object program. Both need to be present, because the entire program is not translated. We are going line by line. So both the source program and object program need to be carried. So that's why here it takes little bit more time for execution compared to the compiler. Overall execution of the program takes little more time in interpreter vis-a-vis the compiler. Okay, so coming with the diagram. So again, interpreter is a system software. Okay, it converts high level language program to machine level. Okay, so usually we will be using interpreter with Java programs. So here we have used a program called language processor. Okay, so Java program is a high level program and it is truly object oriented program. If you want to convert that program, that codings into a machine level, then we will be using Java virtual machine. JVM, Java virtual machine, is a language processor that converts a software. Okay, that's not a hardware, it's a software that converts high level to a machine level. That's why we have used language processor. Okay, so examples for the program for which we will be using interpreter is especially we will be going with Java programs. To convert Java programs, we will be using interpreter. On the other hand, to convert C++ programs, we will be using compilers will be used. Okay, so with this I am going to end the video. Thank you.